The South China Sea has become a focal point of geopolitical tension in recent years. China's increasingly assertive actions in the region have raised concerns among its neighbors and the international community. At the heart of the dispute are competing territorial claims over islands, reefs, and strategically important shipping lanes. China's construction of artificial islands and military installations in the Spratly and Paracel archipelagos has heightened tensions. These actions have been met with resistance from countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei, all of whom have overlapping claims in the region. The United States, while not a claimant, has a vested interest in ensuring freedom of navigation and maintaining peace and stability in the area. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of other regional powers, including Japan, Australia, and India, which are closely monitoring developments in the South China Sea. The potential for miscalculation and escalation of conflict is a growing concern, making it crucial to understand the complexities of the situation and explore avenues for peaceful resolution. The South China Sea is not merely a regional issue. It has global implications for trade, security, and international law. As such, it is essential to approach this complex issue with a balanced perspective, considering the perspectives of all stakeholders involved. The South China Sea dispute involves a complex web of competing claims and interests. China's expansive territorial assertions, encapsulated in its 9-dash line, overlap with the exclusive economic zones of several Southeast Asian nations. The Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei all have overlapping claims with China in the South China Sea. These nations assert their sovereign rights to exploit resources within their exclusive economic zones, as defined by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. The United States, while not a claimant state, plays a crucial role in the region. The U.S. Navy regularly conducts freedom of navigation operations in the South China Sea to challenge China's expansive maritime claims and uphold international law. The presence of other regional powers, including Japan, Australia, and India, further complicates the situation. These nations have expressed concerns over China's assertive behavior and are actively engaged in diplomatic efforts to maintain peace and stability in the region. The South China Sea holds immense strategic and economic importance, making it a focal point of geopolitical competition. The region is a vital artery for global trade, with trillions of dollars worth of goods passing through its waters annually. The South China Sea is also rich in natural resources, including oil, natural gas, and fisheries. These resources are a source of contention among the claimant states, each seeking to maximize its share of the region's wealth. From a military standpoint, the South China Sea serves as a crucial maritime gateway for China's navy. Control over the region would give China greater influence over vital shipping lanes and enhance its ability to project power in the Western Pacific. The presence of numerous islands, reefs, and shoals in the South China Sea provides potential locations for military bases and outposts. China's construction of artificial islands and military installations in the Spratly and Paracel archipelagos underscores the strategic significance of these features. Section 4. China's growing military presence. China's military modernization efforts have significantly enhanced its capabilities in the South China Sea. The People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, has undergone a rapid expansion and modernization program, acquiring advanced warships, submarines, and aircraft. China's development of anti-ship ballistic missiles, such as the DF-21D and DF-26, has been a source of concern for regional navies and the United States. These missiles, dubbed carrier killers, are designed to target aircraft carriers at long range, potentially altering the balance of power in the region. In addition to its naval capabilities, China has also bolstered its air and missile defenses in the South China Sea. The construction of air bases and radar facilities on artificial islands has extended China's surveillance and strike range, raising concerns about its ability to enforce its claims through military means. China's growing military presence in the South China Sea has fueled a regional arms race, as neighboring countries seek to bolster their own defenses. This militarization of the region increases the risk of miscalculation and escalation, highlighting the need for dialogue and confidence-building measures. Section 5. The hypothetical scenario of a five-front conflict. While unlikely, the scenario of China simultaneously attacking 5 nations in the South China Sea presents a chilling thought experiment. Such a move would have immediate and catastrophic consequences for the region and the world. Imagine a coordinated Chinese offensive against Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan. This would involve a massive naval and air assault, targeting military installations, infrastructure, and potentially civilian populations. The immediate response from the targeted nations would be fierce, but their defenses would likely be overwhelmed by the sheer scale of the Chinese offensive. The conflict would inevitably draw in external powers, most notably the United States. The US would face a daunting dilemma: intervene directly and risk a full-scale war with China, or stand aside and watch the regional order crumble. The decision would have profound consequences, regardless of the choice made. This scenario, though hypothetical, underscores the stakes involved in the South China Sea dispute. It highlights the need for restraint, diplomacy, and a commitment to peaceful resolution. Section 6. Global repercussions and counterarguments. The hypothetical scenario of a five-front conflict in the South China Sea would have catastrophic global repercussions. The economic impact alone would be devastating. Global trade would grind to a halt as shipping lanes closed, sending shockwaves through the global economy. The conflict would also have severe humanitarian consequences. Millions of people would be displaced, and the death toll could be staggering. The environmental damage would be extensive, with long-term implications for the region's ecosystems. However, it is important to note that many experts believe such a scenario is highly unlikely. They argue that China recognizes the enormous costs and risks associated with such a conflict. They point to China's history of pragmatism and its preference for resolving disputes through diplomacy and economic leverage. Furthermore, China's military, while formidable, is not invincible. The targeted nations, particularly Vietnam, have proven to be tenacious adversaries. The involvement of external powers, like the United States, would further complicate China's calculations. Section 7. Seeking peaceful resolutions. While the situation in the South China Sea remains tense, there is still hope for a peaceful resolution. Diplomacy and dialogue are crucial to de-escalating tensions and finding common ground. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, plays a vital role in mediating the dispute. ASEAN has been working with China to establish a code of conduct for the South China Sea, which would help to manage tensions and prevent miscalculations. Confidence-building measures, such as joint military exercises and information sharing, can help to reduce mistrust and create a more stable environment. Economic cooperation and development projects can also foster interdependence and create incentives for cooperation. Ultimately, a lasting solution to the South China Sea dispute requires a commitment from all parties to respect international law, renounce the use of force, and work together to find a peaceful and mutually beneficial resolution.